Ed, really interested in your take on leadership. What's critical for an effective leader in today's local government?
Yeah, there's several. I'll try to highlight some of them. First of all, I think it's absolutely essential that leaders have passion. If they don't have passion, I don't know how they lead. Now, passion doesn't need to be a lot of noise, but it has to be absolute conviction to do something, and do it in a way that no obstacle will stop you. Leaders must have a vision. They can have a vision for their department. They can have a vision for the city organization, and or if they're city managers, they should have a vision for their community. So vision is a huge part of leadership. Leaders are risk takers, and I think good leaders are rule adverse. Rules they know kill their organization and kill their ideas. So I think they're pretty well rule adverse. And the flip side of that is leaders generally don't ask permission. And they know whether they're asking permission of their city manager or of their council. Most often, or oftentimes, it's important just to do what you think is important to do. Certainly there's political constraints to that. Leaders are not always city managers. Leaders can be anywhere in the organization. And conversely, not all city managers are leaders, and we have to get that too. Leaders, the best leaders I've seen in this organization are those that have a lot of self-confidence. So they don't lead or manage out of fear, which I see way too many people trying to do or doing, maybe they're not trying. Leaders also don't think in incremental ways. They understand that incremental changes is really a negative to both creativity and innovation. And lastly, leaders, I think, understand that they're not always in control. And more than that, they probably realize that control sometimes is very illusionary. Those would be a few of the things that I think of when I think of leadership. And oftentimes, we look at city managers and they're managing, which is great. But I don't know if they're always leading. And too often, we think the leader's only the city manager. And the leader is anybody in the organization that has these traits. And anybody in the organization with those traits can, in fact, be a leader.
Okay, and what do you think are some good ways for people to develop the leadership skills that you're talking about? What are some resources or approaches? What would your recommendations be to people that want to embrace more of these leadership principles?
My guess is that's a tough question, and people individually have to answer it. Some people, I think I developed my leadership by watching good leaders and early on being put in a situation where I had to lead. So that was the first part of what I would say. Some people can get it from reading books. I don't think it's a great way to do it, but it's one way to do it. I think you do it experientially. I think it's very hard to learn it academically.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.